Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make some delicious birria tamales. In case you guys want to know how to make this super easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so let's get started with our ingredients. So for this recipe we're going to need 3 pounds of chuck tender roast, 6 cups of Maseca for tamal, 1 cup and a half of lard, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, salt, 20 New Mexico or Guajillo chile pods, 2 chile pasilla, 5 chile de árbol, 10 garlic cloves, 1 small white onion, 3 roma tomatoes, a 1/4 cup of vinegar, 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds, 2 beef bouillons, 1 inch of ginger, 1 inch of cinnamon, 7 cloves, 7 bay leaves, a 1/2 teaspoon of peppercorn, 1 teaspoon and a half of whole cumin, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 2 teaspoons of thyme. So these are ingredients. Now let's get started. Alright guys, in a large pot we're going to add 15 cups of water. We're going to set it on high heat. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to add our 1 onion, 3 garlic cloves, 3 bay leaves, and salt. I'm going to be using about 1 tablespoon and a half. And we're also going to add our meat. And I just cut it into 4 big chunks. So we're just going to wait for that to come to a boil again, and then we're going to lower down the setting on our stove. Alright guys, so once our meat comes to a boil, we're going to reduce the setting to medium. And now we're just going to cover it and let that cook for about 2 hours or until our meat is fully cooked. Alright guys, so while we wait for our meat to cook, we're just going to rinse and soak our corn husks. And just make sure that you spread them individually. So now we're just going to submerge them in water and let them soak until we're ready to use them. Alright guys, so it's been 3 hours. By now our meat should be fork tender. It's already super tender. So now we're going to remove our meat and we're going to allow it to cool down. Okay. And now for our broth, we're going to strain it. Alright guys, so now we're just going to reserve 2 cups of broth. And this is what we're going to use for our masa. Okay. And I'm just going to throw my 3 roma tomatoes in the broth. And set it to the side. So like that we can start working on our chiles. Alright guys, so for my chiles, I already rinsed them and I depot them. So now we're just going to grab a small frying pan and we're going to lightly toast them. So just make sure it's hot. And we're going to toast them for a few seconds on each side. So once they get a little soft, we're going to throw them in the broth with the tomatoes. And we're just going to repeat that process to all of our chile pods. And they're just going to soften in the broth. Alright, so in the same pan, I'm going to set it on low heat and I'm going to add my sesame seeds. And we're just going to toast them in here until they turn color. So make sure you have it set on low heat, otherwise they're going to be popping everywhere. And they do cook pretty fast, as you can see. They already turned color, so now remove them and place them in your blender. Now we're going to toast all of our spices. So break your bay leaves, the cinnamon, our cloves, peppercorn, thyme, oregano, and cumin. We're just going to toast them for a few seconds. Alright, so as soon as you begin to smell all of your spices, remove them from the pan and transfer them to your blender cup. Alright guys, so once our tomatoes begin to peel like this, now we are ready to blend everything together. So we're going to transfer our tomatoes and chiles into the blender. We're also going to add our 2 beef bouillons, our piece of ginger, our 1/4 cup of vinegar, and 2 cups of the broth. Alright, so now we're going to blend everything together until we have a very smooth sauce. Alright, so once we have our sauce, now we are ready to shred our beef. Alright, so I'm just going to remove some of the fat. And now just shred your meat. And whichever way is easier for you, you can use forks or your mixer. Alright, so once we have our meat, now we are ready to put it together with our sauce. Alright, so in a small pan, I'm going to set it on medium-high heat. And I'm just going to wait for that to heat up so we can throw in our sauce. Alright, so once the pan is hot, we're going to add in our sauce. Strain if you need to. Make sure that you're mixing it around so that it don't pop all over you. And I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of the broth into my blender cup so I can get the remaining sauce. Make sure you get all of it. Okay, so now we're just going to cook it for 5 minutes. Make sure that you're moving it around those 5 minutes. Alright guys, so after 5 minutes, try it for salt and see if it needs any. And if it does, just add it. For me, this is perfect, so I'm not going to add anything else. So now we're going to remove 2 cups of our sauce. So I take 2 cups out because we're going to be using it for our masa. Alright, so now after we remove 2 cups out, we're going to add in our meat. So now just mix it all together. Alright, so now we're just going to cover it and let that cook for 5 minutes. After that, we have our filling ready, and now we are ready to work on our masa. Alright guys, so once we're ready to make our masa, we're going to add our lard into a bowl and you're going to beat it. Now you can use your hand, or if it's easier for you, use your mixer. So we're just going to beat it until we have a creamy consistency. Alright guys, so after 5 minutes, this is what your lard should look like. So now we are ready to add in our baking powder and our masa. So add it little by little and just start combining your lard with the masa. Just combine it together until we have a sand consistency. Alright, so once our masa feels like sand, now we're going to start and add our chile sauce. So combine it all in there. Make sure you get everything. Okay, now slowly we're going to pour our beef broth. And it should be nice and hot or warm. And I'm going to add more water and make sure that it's warm. So that was about an extra cup of water. And now we're just trying to get the right consistency of our masa. Just another half a cup. So I added an extra 2 cups of water. So that's 4 cups of water in total, counting the broth. So now we're just going to knead for 20 minutes. So for me, this is perfect. So we're just going to knead it to make sure that we get the right consistency and everything's well mixed. So after kneading, you might want to try your masa and see if it needs any salt. I'm just going to add a little bit to mine. So about 1 teaspoon. And just keep kneading it. Okay, and the way you're gonna know that your masa is ready is once your masa is gonna be somewhat sticky, but it's not gonna be super sticky. So if you were to form a little ball, press it down, it's going to stay together and it's not gonna fall off your hand. So my masa is ready. So now we are ready for the fun part. All right, so now I'm going to get my tamale steamer pot and I'm going to fill it up with 2 inches of hot water. So just place the little lid right there. And now we are ready to make our tamales and then place them on our pot. All right, so I'm just going to remove my corn husk out of the water and just remove the excess water. Just like that. Okay, so now we're going to grab the soft side of our corn husk and you're gonna feel it. Like once you rub your finger against the husk, you're going to feel which one is the soft side. Okay, so for me it's that. So now I'm just going to grab a spoon, add some masa into my husk and start spreading it. Now there's, some tools that's going to help you make them, make this step easier. For me, this is the easiest way. So and of course you can fill it up halfway or the whole husk. Me, personally, I like filling up the whole husk with masa, but it's going to be up to you. Your masa should be like that soft. Alright, so now I'm going to get my meat, my filling. And depends on how much filling you want to add to your tamal, then it depends on how much you're going to fill it up. Just place it in the middle. It depends on how much meat you add to your tamales. It depends on how many tamales you're gonna make. Okay, so once you place it in the middle, we're going to fold it, close it like that, overlap the other side, and then get the end and fold. Okay, so now we are ready to place them in our pot. And we're just going to form a pyramid. So just repeat the same process until you're done making all your tamales. Wait. Alright guys, so once we have our pyramid of tamales, now we are ready to steam them. So before we steam them though, we're going to cover them with the leftover husk and just start placing them on top. So like that is going to create them to sweat. And I was able to make about 25 to 30 tamales with the amount of masa and meat that I used. So of course, like I said, it all depends on how much you stuff them and how much masa you add to your husk. So just make sure that your tamales are fully covered. Just create like a little tent. Alright, so once we have them all covered, we're going to cover them with the lid. Make sure that it is fully closed. And now we're going to set it on our stove. Okay, so we're going to set it on medium-high heat and we're just going to let them steam for about 2 hours to 2 hours and a half. Alright guys, so it's been about 2 hours and 15 minutes, but this time our tamales should be fully cooked. So now we're just going to remove them from the pot and place them in a plate so like that we can allow them to cool down for a little bit. Just grab them. And I'm just going to let them sit. And I'm just going to let them sit for about 15 minutes before we eat them. Alright guys, so after 10 minutes, the masa should have set. So now we should be ready to enjoy a delicious tamal. So flip it over. Take it out. Look at that. So good. And this is all my favorite part. So don't throw it away. Get everything out. And now we are ready to enjoy. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. I've been waiting. They're still a little bit hot. Seriously, super delicious. the best tamales. It is time consuming, you know, but it is totally worth it. And it's not spicy. Well, to me, guys, it's really not spicy. But it also depends, you know, if you use Guajillo or New Mexico chili pots. For me, my favorite are New Mexico chili pots. And I think it's just perfect. The masa is perfect. Everything is just delicious. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how to make some delicious birria tamales. I hope you guys had enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and if you recreate this recipe, please don't forget to tag me on any of my social medias, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas,